And we end the week just as we began it, with former hip-hop star turned chaos agent Kanye West. Now, according to reports, the former designer's marriage has hit a dead end. And after a series of controversial public appearances, including his wife's nearly nude Grammy look and Ye's latest controversial meltdown on social media, where he declared himself a Nazi and claimed dominion over his wife, the couple has allegedly sought legal counsel for a divorce. Now, reports claim that his wife, who has expressed support for Israel, was pushed over the edge by Ye's swastika-themed merch stunt. Our final story takes you inside their faltering marriage.
Kanye just dropped a bomb, confirming what everyone was already whispering. Bianca left him, and yup, it's all over his chaotic social media behavior. In his latest track, Ye's spilling everything. He claims Bianca had a full-blown panic attack because of his out-of-pocket posts. He raps, "My baby, she ran away. But first she tried to get me committed. Not going to the hospital cause I ain't sick, I just don't get it." So basically, Bianca was done. Tried to get him checked in somewhere, but Ye's out here brushing it off like it's nothing. And it doesn't stop there. He keeps going, saying, "She's having a panic attack and she not liking the way that I tweeted. Until Bianca's back, I stay up all night. I'm not going to sleep. I really don't know where she's at." Like, come on, he's wide awake, obsessing, and still pretending he's clueless? Be serious. But here's where it gets real wild. He says Bianca's own family tried to get him locked up. And even crazier, he was tracking her using some app in his car when she dipped out. Who even admits that out loud? And then, brace yourself, he throws in this jaw-dropper. He compares their messy situation to Cassie and Diddy. Of all people, he actually said, "I guess we, the new Cassie and Diddy." What? That's crossing a whole line. And to top it all off, he closes with, "I'm making this song for Bianca. I'm feeling the spirit of Donda." So now he's bringing his mom into this whole mess? It's giving emotional roller coaster. Excuse me, what? Why would he even say that? Now of all times. Whether this meltdown is about a fresh breakup or some drama from the past, one thing's clear. This mess is spiraling out of control. And then we get that classic auntie energy weighing in like, "Baby, Bianca knew exactly what she was signing up for. And she's not wrong. Let's be real. Bianca isn't clueless. She saw all the warning signs." Auntie goes, "Ain't no way Kim would have dipped out if everything was all good under the hood." But nah. Bianca looked at the whole Kim situation and said, "You know what? Kim had him. Now it's my turn." She wanted that luxury life, the fame, the spotlight, married to a big-name star. She didn't care if he was a walking red flag. And then Auntie hits us with the truth bomb. We women gotta stop thinking that our coochie is gonna fix everything. She's saying it loud. This isn't something you can love away. She says Kanye's dealing with something way deeper, something that no relationship, no fame, no love can fix. Kanye got something you can't catch, and can't cure with love either. Then she goes in, he needs help, real help. And just when you think she's done, she hits us with, "I got 5 words for Kanye. Pharmaceuticals." Okay, that's syllables, not words. But we get the point. Now here's where it gets complicated. There's a whole feeling some folks have when it comes to non-black spouses trying to have black men locked up. It rubs people the wrong way. And yeah, some don't want to say it out loud, but it's real. Judge if you want. It is what it is. Even though a lot of black people agree that Kanye clearly needs help and might honestly benefit from some kind of supervised care just to get his meds balanced out, there's a deep discomfort about who's making that call. Especially when it ain't someone who looks like him or his mama. That part right there? It hits different. It's not just about the help, it's about who's stepping in to give it. But hey, he didn't marry someone who looks like his mama. So now? The women who do are sitting back, filing our nails, sipping tea like, "This ain't our business. We got no dog in this fight, no horse in the race. He made his bed, now he's got a lie in it." Because listen, if it was a black woman, oh, she's getting that man on his meds no matter what. She's not letting that rich, famous husband go off the rails and take the whole household down with him. Nope. She'd be over here like, if I gotta crush them pills into his oatmeal, he's taking them. If it takes sliding it in a cookie, it's getting done. If she's gotta get creative, still happening. One thing about it, she's getting him to that doctor. And when he's having a decent day, she's sliding that medical power of attorney across the table with a smile. That man signing it without even knowing. We doing all this for his sake and for the sake of their future kids if they ever go there. But let's keep it real. It's starting to look like someone's trying to throw a black man into the system while still being legally married to him. For what? So she can dip out and take the whole fortune? Nope. That vibe don't sit right at all. Hard pass. You married him knowing what came with it? So if it's too much now, be straight about it and get a divorce. Don't play the leave and come back game like we don't see what's going on. Why keep bouncing? 'Cause she wants the money. Just not the man. Let's break it down. If she files for divorce, sure, she might walk away with something. But if she gets him committed, whole different story. She might get everything. And that's where the red flags start flying. Bianca, girl, I'm peeping your game, watching it all unfold. And let's not forget, I did say Kanye got something you can't catch. But let me be real for a sec. If you stay too long with someone who's seriously struggling and not getting proper help, that starts weighing on you too. Look at how things spiraled. He had Kim acting all out of character, rocking those sad, plain, matching outfits. Had her looking drained. Then Bianca popped up wearing straight nothing. Just some chain link fishnet piece like she was part of an art project gone wrong. This kind of mental health situation? It's serious. And if you're not careful, it pulls you down with it. You mess around too long, and suddenly you're acting just as wild, not even realizing it's not even you anymore. Look, I'm not a doctor, all right? I'm not out here diagnosing anybody or throwing around clinical labels. I can't tell you exactly what's going on with Kanye. I don't know if it's bipolar, schizophrenia, or something else entirely. What I do see? There's definitely a dash of narcissism in the mix, but even that might just be part of something deeper we don't fully understand. But one thing I'll stand on, this all seemed to spiral after his mother passed. That moment, it broke something in him. And ever since, there hasn't been a single woman in his life who could really hold him down in a healing way. You can say he needs help all day, but where are the people who could actually give that help? Where are the brothers at? Where are the uncles, the cousins? And most importantly, where are the aunties and sisters at? The ones who could sit him down and really talk some sense into him? I truly believe it would take a woman to reach him. Why? Because women nurture. That's what we do. We come in with patience, softness, and real care. Now the fellas, they mean well, but their way is different. They'd probably try to rough him up, throw him in a car, and drop him off at the nearest clinic like, "Let's go, man." But that kind of approach, it won't work with someone like Kanye. That's why I say, if his pain started with the loss of his mother, then his healing needs to start with a woman too. Someone who loves him with that same kind of deep, unconditional care. That same kind of energy his mama gave him. Without that, he might never find his way back. No woman's ever gonna love him the way his mother did. That's a fact. But if Kanye's ever gonna find real healing, it's gonna take a woman who can step into that space with care, strength, and patience. And Bianca? She's clearly not that one. She doesn't have the sense or the stamina to handle what comes with a man like him. Now, Kim? She might have had what it took, but she got blindsided. Let's be honest, Kanye didn't fully show this side of himself till way down the line in their marriage. One day she just looked up like, what is even happening right now? And once she realized what she was dealing with, she made the call. Divorce papers filed. She wasn't about to keep riding that roller coaster. And the truth is, some women just aren't built for that kind of battle. They're not gonna fight you over pills. They're not dragging you to no doctor. They say, you're grown. Handle your own business for yourself and your kids. But we all know how that usually goes. That's why it's gonna take a special kind of woman to reach Kanye. Someone who can push past the chaos and speak to the real him underneath all that noise. And man, I hope someone gets through to him soon, before it's too late. Before he does damage that even money or fame can't fix. 'Cause right now, yeah, crazy Kanye might be trending. Folks might laugh and keep it moving, but that only lasts so long. There's a line, and once it's crossed, ain't no going back. All right, let me break it down. When North gets older, oh, she isn't gonna play about her daddy, best believe that. When she turns 18 and steps into grown woman territory, I fully believe she'll step in and take charge. Married or not, whoever's around Kanye better be ready to move aside because North's coming through. And trust, she's gonna have her mama's sharp legal instincts backing her up. She's been watching, she's learning. And when the time comes, she's not gonna let her father spiral without trying to pull him back. That girl's got fire in her, and I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up being the one who really handles it. That's why Bianca might need to go ahead and step to the side. 'Cause let's be honest, if she could help Kanye, she would have done it by now. And clearly she hasn't. And Kanye? He needs help, bad, no question about it. But here's the sad part. North is still just a kid. She might not even fully understand what's being said about her dad, or the weight of what's happening behind the scenes. And she shouldn't have to. That's not her burden right now. Still, if there's one person who might be able to reach him when the time is right, it's her. That one woman who holds a special place in his heart, the apple of his eye. That's North. She's got that kind of power. But Bianca? Nobody's looking at her like the solution. Her family? Not gonna be the ones to step in either. And unless Kanye chooses to get help himself, which he already made clear he won't do, it's all just noise. He said it himself. He's not going anywhere near a hospital. So what now? He even made a whole song about it. Kanye straight up said he's not going to any hospital. So yeah, go ahead and throw that option out. Ain't happening. At this point, the only real move Bianca got left? Divorce him and keep it pushing. And honestly, that would tell us everything we need to know. If she keeps sticking around, letting his behavior slide, playing along with the chaos, that means she's comfy in that mess. She's choosing it, and whatever fallout comes with it, she signed up for that. Because let's be real, when you gotta tiptoe around someone acting unstable 24/7, some of that energy will rub off on you. I know earlier I said you can't catch what Kanye's dealing with, and that's true. But if you stay in the storm long enough, you're gonna walk out wet. You might shake it off, but it still gets on you. That's why I believe there's a thin line between creative genius and what some folks call crazy. They sit right next to each other on the same coin. And when Kanye lost his mom, that coin flipped. Before that, we saw the brilliance, his music, his fashion, his unique way of thinking. Even when he was being wild, people chalked it up to being eccentric. But after she passed, that genius started sliding into something darker, something way heavier. Now, that other side, the chaos, the breakdowns, the unpredictable behavior, it's just as intense as the brilliance used to be. Deep genius, deep struggles, two sides, same coin. And now, we're all just watching it play out in real time, like a live train wreck we can't look away from. Every post, every headline, every outburst feels like another crack showing in the armor. And what's wild? People are still split on it. Some see Kanye as a misunderstood genius. Others see a man who's completely unraveling, and no one around him has the power or the guts to step in. Meanwhile, Bianca's still in the picture, still walking beside him like nothing's wrong. But everything is wrong. And if she's not part of the solution, she's part of the performance. Whether she knows it or not, she's become a character in the Kanye show. And it's not a rom-com, it's a slow-burning drama with a messy script and no happy ending in sight. It's like the world's holding its breath, waiting to see which direction he'll spiral in next. Will someone finally get through to him? Will he wake up one day and realize it's time to face the storm he's been dragging behind him for years? Because right now, he's not just losing control of his image. He's risking it all, his legacy, his future, and maybe even the little bit of peace he has left. And all we can do is watch and wonder how it's all gonna end. And the silence from his circle? Loud. Where are the real ones? The ones who used to be in the studio with him, breaking bread with him, calling him brother? They all vanished when things got dark. Nobody's pulling him aside, nobody's checking him in private, just standing back, letting him spiral in public like it's entertainment. At this point, it's like everyone's afraid to say the truth to his face. Maybe they don't want to lose access, or maybe they know if you tell Kanye something he don't want to hear, you're cut off, instantly. But that's the problem. No accountability, no real support, just people nodding, smiling, and cashing in while he crashes out. And let's be honest, this ain't just about Bianca or even Kim. This is about a man surrounded by yes men and silence, when what he really needs is someone with the courage to risk the fallout and tell him, you need help now. But instead, we get another headline, another post, another meltdown disguised as creative expression. Meanwhile, the people who claim to care are nowhere to be found. It's giving isolation, it's giving denial, it's giving a man who once had the world in his hands and now might not even recognize the mirror. And the scariest part? If nobody steps up soon, it might be too late. See, that's the thing. Folks wrestle with Kanye because we've seen the brilliance before. We know the creative genius he used to bring to the table, and deep down, we keep hoping he'll snap back into that. But grief? Grief will twist your mind in ways you didn't even know were possible. It changes people, sometimes forever. Let me talk real with y'all for a second. Can I speak like an old school black auntie for just a minute? Wait, what's that? I've been doing that this whole time? Boy, hush and let me finish. Kanye needs a strong black woman. That's what it is. And I know somebody out there is gonna say, it's not about race. Well, the devil is a lie. Because when you look around, Denzel, not flipping out, Samuel L. Jackson, solid as a rock. You don't see these men spiraling. And what do they all have in common? Black wives holding it down. Now I know. Mental illness is real, and everyone's journey is different. But you can't tell me that having someone in your corner who truly understands you, grounds you, and knows how to handle the storm doesn't make a difference. Look at the track record. But hey, don't just take my word for it. I know you've got thoughts, so go ahead and sound off in the comments. I want to hear what you think about this whole wild situation. And if you rocked with this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay locked in. We got more heat coming your way, so don't miss it. Catch you on the next one.